Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 28th of January, 2025. We have another comment video, and we're going to start off with the weather. It is 7:09 a.m., and my temperature here in camp is showing 33 degrees. And where they measure in Quartzsite for the Weather Channel, wherever they get that, it says 37, but it's definitely 33 just outside my door here. But I think I'm gonna climb out on this limb and say this is going to be the lowest temperature that we have until next winter, because the 10-day forecast, wind is not an issue in the next 10 days according to the forecast, so we're single digits on the wind. That's a nice breeze out here. In about 60% of the days in the next 6 out of 10 days, we have sunshine with clear skies. The other 4, we have the little sun with the little cloud in the corner, so partly cloudy. Don't see any fully cloudy days, no chance of rain. It's probably going to be very pleasant 10 days here. The temperatures at one point next week get up into the low 80s in a couple of days, and then it settles back down into the low 70s. So next 10 days, we're going to have a couple of pretty warm days. Get ready for that. So let's get in, just jump right in to the comments. And the comments are basically on the long form video was Walk in the Desert and a Search for an Egg. And of course the comment video and Wisdom from the Past. That's some guidelines for living from Samuel Clemens, Mark Twain. So Walk in the Desert, we have Pamela Knoll says, Rob, really appreciate hearing your Presbyterian experience because I love your heart. I was telling a story about how we spent our Sundays at home when I was a child. And on the Quartzsite Comments, I think VILF 479 means vanlife 479. It's raining at 6:25 a.m. in Tyson Wash. It sure was. Ken Gray on the Twain. Good sound wisdom. Angel Ann. Good morning, Rob, Dottie, and George. Enjoy your day today, my friend. It's starting off to be a great day here in North Carolina. So I asked a question. I gave a quote from a TV series, and the TV series was Happy Pappy. What was it? And the question was, what was that from? And Kristalina guess was Toot Sweet Queen Latifah in Last Holiday. No. But then Ken, shocker, gets it. Seinfeld. George says, all right, you want to know what one of her favorite expressions is? Happy Pappy? Jerry says, Happy Pappy? What does that mean? And that was it. That was his girl. He was finding reasons to break up with his girlfriend, and one of her expressions was, "You happy, Pappy?" And Jerry further says in this conversation, so you're Pappy? And he goes, I'm Pappy. Let's see. On the Quartzsite, Lori Fryer says, Nate Petrowski, YouTuber, homesteader in West Virginia, sells and beard products. His dog Minion is the real star. Nice. Walk in the Desert, Nancy Monderos. Nothing wrong with spending extra money for your eggs. That way you weren't driving all over to find eggs. Okay, I agree. Mary Lamb. This is a good one. This is going to make your day. Meet April. Oh, how I wish she and Devin were still on the road, but their lives took a different path. Have a great day, Rob, again, and look forward to your paths, or our paths crossing in person. So she gave me a link to YouTube, and it's the YouTube channel of April and Devin. And April is the one who was playing that cello all those years ago. That mystery woman. It's been a total mystery to me, to the point I even wondered, did that really happen? It was so magical, and she disappeared, and I never saw her again. But it was a link to their channel and their video with her playing the cello. It absolutely was her. So I wrote back to her and I said, Thank you so much. It's amazing to know who I saw 5 years ago at random in the desert. And thank you so much. It's amazing to get to know who I saw 5 years ago at random out in the desert. Definitely. Did I just read that twice? I did. It's worth reading twice. Definitely made my day, week, and month. Mary says, fills my bucket to hear your joy about this little encounter and the continuation so many years later. We shall talk over a cup of coffee one day. Maybe when Deborah gets her feet back on the ground, we'll connect. I have a funny feeling you may have heard about me and my son from our mutual dear friend. Cheers. Let's see. Ken says, good call today. Just remember that if it's short, you can go for a walk with Dottie a bit earlier or even make yourself an egg breakfast. That's true. Dee Cornell says, good morning, Mr. Rob, Dottie, and George. And another same person says, even the price of local farmers' price have gone up. The local farmers' prices aren't as bad as the grocery store. Also, Rob, have a donut. I am too a type 2 diabetic. Every now and then you need a donut. I did get a donut yesterday. Let's see. Someone was wondering who the lady was at the meetup, on the meetup video, that was giving me a hard time about saying I got as excited as a teenage girl. And she was just like, she didn't think that was appropriate, that term. I was like, okay, how about excited teenage boy? And she was fine with that. Renee Slater, good morning, Rob and kids. Did anyone video your mental health chat at Q? And I said, well, not that I'm aware of, but I recorded my run through and I published it on my channel. So it's available on my channel, and I gave her a link. FSD at the lake. Hello, Rob and Dottie. Glad you found some eggs. Thank you for your comments about being recognized. Pete and I really appreciated all your videos about Quartzsite. We started watching you daily back in November. We're on the fence about coming out here. Your videos were such a great resource and made us feel comfortable with coming out here. When we finally got the chance to meet you, it was such a joy. We knew your hip was bothering you, and you still wanted to make sure we got a sticker, which we appreciated and cherish. We also understand that when you put yourself out there on video, you open yourself up as a viewer. We establish a false sense of friendship with you. We know a lot about you, but you don't know anything about us. It must be odd to have so many people act like they know you when you've never met them before. Please know that we appreciate all you do in your videos. While it may be a one-sided friendship, we continue to enjoy and support your channel. We wish you all good things. Well, thank you. That's very nice. Patrick Dolan, very cold. I'm wearing my woolen hats to keep my head warm as my hair is receding a bit like yours. I would say my hair is beyond the term receding a bit. The term full retreat, full permanent retreat comes to mind. The Haunted Campers. Hi, Rob, Dottie, and George. It's Sandy from the Haunted Campers. You just met my husband, Anthony. We're across the way from you right now. Thanks for helping us out with the generator. I would love to interview for our magazine. And I said, anytime, anytime. Have you needed, Katie Hoke says, have you needed to moisturize Dottie's paws? We had to use a special moisturizer on our dog paws when they're there for 6 months in 2020. The ground was just too harsh on the pattern of their paws and started cracking. When it's necessary, I use a little bit of coconut oil. Grand Flash Herb. Like Diogenes searching for an honest man, it's not an easy search for the elusive egg. LOL. Also, your channel name is your channel name an homage to Steinbeck's Travel with Charlie? The answer is yes, but I answered him with a link to the video I made about that and the whole story. Pardon me. Nosh says, I'm so relieved you have pet hair in your shirt today. That means you're well loved. Thanks, Nosh. And RV Life says, thanks to the wisdom from Samuel Clemens. Hope Lives Here says, thank you so much for giving Deborah Dickinson the Battleborn batteries. You answered her prayer for her. God bless you. Well, thanks, Hope. P Dragon, is there a map of the area? I still see the same one. Where's this located in the park? This was an old video I did last summer. I say old video, but last summer, where I was in Coyote Creek State Park in New Mexico. And they were working on, they had done a whole new area with full hookups. And I got in there and filmed it and said, this is coming in 2025. And he said, it doesn't show on the new map. And they may not have opened it. I don't know. And I couldn't help. I don't have a map of it. But when you go there, if it's open, I mean, if you go on, I think it's Reserve America, if they're open, they'll have sites open that you can book. Let's see. Kathleen Ryan, I watched your comments video and I didn't see a reply on my comment about the batteries and solar panels yesterday. Well, your comment is pretty complex. So today's long form video is going to be an answer to your comment. So you have a whole video devoted to your question about batteries and solar panels, because so many people have that question. And I've really been thinking about how to explain the whole process in as simple a terms as possible, because it can be, depending on what you want to do, it can be, and how much money you have to spend, it could be very complex, or it could be very easy. You'll see that in the video today. Controller says, during the summer, where do most people go? I'm headed mountain biking and I always go to an RV park for the AC. My pug lease needs to cool air. It's a bad night for all of us. And let's see, I said on there, various higher elevation destinations, quite a broad spectrum of locations. Yeah, people, you go, we call it chasing 70 degrees. So it's a little tricky in the spring. When you leave here, if you were to leave here in March or April and you go too high, you're going to be back in winter again, right? In July, you can go to almost any elevation you can get to in the western part of the country here. I go to 9,000 feet in New Mexico, but I wouldn't do that until May. And May will be a cold month up there, and it'll start to warm up in June. So there's not a simple answer to that. So the internet and weather forecasts for any area in Google, you can find out what average temperatures are by month, and you can get a pretty good idea of that. Wisdom from the past, Topaz Farmer says, thank you. My Tyson Wells Stellarama adventure, Brian Jensen, Napa will probably pay you something for the batteries. What I did is I brought those used batteries that we took out of Deborah's rig. That's good coffee. Meet my sponsor. Just kidding. Deborah's batteries. I just brought them to Solar Bill and I gave them to the owner, Gus. And what they'll do is they'll test them. I suspect 2 are okay and 1 is just totally toast, according to some of the testing data. I was some of the information I was given. So he's able to dispose of batteries they do it all the time. So they can do that. And the bonus is if he can, 1 or 2 of them, if they're got some life left into them, he can clean them up and resell them as used. And that could be a boon for somebody getting a really inexpensive used battery. Montana wife says, I had to laugh. This is on They Turned Their Backs on Me. This is a couple days ago. It was tongue-in-cheek. They turned their backs on me. I had to laugh. You moved Dottie's blanket so we could see her. Then when you weren't looking, she moved it back. Yeah, I didn't notice that on the video, but you're the second person that has mentioned that. So let's make sure we have all the comments, because today's a short one too. Just making sure. I think that's it. And I'm gonna upload this, and then I'm gonna do the battery video from right here, and I'm gonna try to craft that right now. And thank you for watching. And Dottie, thanks you for watching. George, thanks you for watching, and take care. I'll see you on the next video.